story.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday School Short. This lesson is intended to match the lectionary for Sunday, March 14th, 2021. And so we're going to start with our story today. I have a little craft idea to share with you and then a song to wrap us up. So for this fourth week of Lent, the story is called Snakes in the Wilderness, and it comes to us from the book of Numbers in the 21st chapter. So let's listen in and hear what our story is about this week. God's people were complaining. God rescued them from Egypt, but now they were stuck in the wilderness. They had to walk and walk and walk all day long. The people rubbed their tired, sore feet. They yelled at God and their leader Moses. "We're tired," they said. "There's no water." Let's pause here, and as the folks were complaining, think about something that maybe you sometimes complain about, maybe at home or at school, and see if you can relate to them, something that was bothering them that they were complaining about. So to continue our story, a bunch of snakes appeared among God's people. The more the people complained, the more the snakes bit the men, women, and children. The people cried out for help. "Ow, that snake bit me," they would cry. Or, "God, take these horrible snakes away." Help us, God. We were wrong not to trust you. And that word trust will be important as we talk today. We were wrong not to trust you. God was with the people in the wilderness, and God heard them asking for help. God spoke to Moses, and Moses listened to God's instructions. Make a snake out of bronze. Raise it up high on a staff. If someone is bitten, tell them to look at the bronze snake. They will live. God's people kept walking for days and weeks and months through the wilderness. Sometimes there were snakes. Many times their feet were tired and sore, but now they could look up at the bronze snake and live. They trusted God to save them and knew God was always with them. So in our story today, we have the people, during their escape from Egypt, maybe losing some trust in God. And as they cried out, God provided to them a symbol, and it reminded them to keep trust in God. So the craft idea for this week, I'm just going to cross over here, is to create a little snake. And I just made mine out of regular old blank paper and added some color detail to it. So I drew a couple of squiggly lines and made a face and a tongue and some stripes, and I added the word trust in the middle. And the reason I did this was to represent the bronze snake that Moses had used as a symbol of trust to his people that God had provided to them. And a lot of times in the Bible, snakes kind of have a bad connotation. But in this instance, yes, they were biting at the feet, but ultimately, if it weren't for the snakes, the people may not have been reminded that they needed to have trust in God. And so, if you want to make a snake like this one and write the word trust on it, we can use this snake as a positive symbol, or one with a positive connotation to tell us that we should trust in God, just as the people did during their escape from Egypt when they looked at that bronze snake that Moses had on his staff. So that craft is there for you if you would like to. And the song this week is one that we've done in Sunday school a number of times. It's called "Do Lord Remember Me." And we do have some motions with this. So if you remember, you can step to the left and the right. So "Do Lord" to the left, "Do Lord" to the right. And then the "Do Remember Me," we would kind of put our hands around our mouth and call out, "Do remember me." And then we would clap on those two beats in between. The next verse is "When I'm in trouble, do remember me. And I've got a home in glory land, do remember me." So if you're at home and you want to stand up or just sit in your chair and sway along, here is "Do Lord Remember Me." Next is Sunday school short for the day. So remember to have trust in God, and we can use that snake as a little symbol to remind us of that trust. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.